everybody, welcome aboard and welcome back if you've been here before. Most of you have. I'm Don, this is Rockin' the Country. I react to or review non-pop country music. Could be bluegrass, could be Texas swing, could be Western, could be Cajun. And in this case, it's Latino because it's Tish Hinojosa. I hope I said that correctly. The H and the J are pronounced similarly in Spanish. But West Side of Town, it was a gift request by Dennis King in honor of Spanish Heritage Month. And Tish's real name, sort of her birth name, is Leticia, and she's an Austin-based singer-songwriter. This is what Dennis, the information you provided me with. So we're gonna run with it. And those of you who follow the channel know that I have three kids who are not my biological kids, but I call them my surrogate kids. I'm like a father or father figure to them. One of whom is my Lex, and she's Mexican. And I mean, she was born in Arkansas, lives up here in the city, New York City. And she's like a daughter to me, which means she never texts me back. So anyway, yeah, you can correct me on the pronunciation. And Tish, should you see this thing, congratulations. But this is a gift request, so thank you, Dennis, for this gift and request. But Tish Hinojosa. You have to be in a good mood already.
Felipe was a young boy when he crossed the Rio Grande, heading north to Texas where he grew into a man. He fixed cars and worked the wars and raised a family. San Antonio was home on the west side of town.
Nice progression.
Young Maria dreamed of singing in a concert hall, past the plaza and the village church adobe wall. Hard times stole her innocence, but drove the woman's heart. San Antonio bound to the west side of town.
There's a lot of detail in here.
Seven growing children and desperately in need.
Ouch.
Maria came to look for work and found her destiny. With one child of her own,
They made a family.
to the west side of town.
No, I'm wrong. All right. One of the first girls I ever had a crush on, her name was Maria. And Maria Lopez, 7th grade. And 6th, 7th grade, all the guys had a crush on her. She was so freaking cute.
They were married, years went by, and now we were 13. Days were good and days were bad, but mostly they were lean. School and shoes and food and books, believing in a prayer. God must know his way round on the west side of town. She was proud and lived on faith. He was strong in his own way. They were pilgrims that made a good life the hard way.
That's a good lyric. Good life the hard way.
We would go to Mexico and Mama, she would cry for the things we'll never know she had to leave behind. Sisters, brothers know too well what memories can do. Climbing up when you're down from the west side of town.
Huh.
Daddy never owned a house but built a strong foundation. Mama bought her own damn house with self-determination. They're both gone, but I know that they're listening to this song. Neath the San Fernando ground on the west side of town.
Is this autobiographical in honor of Spanish Heritage Month? She's writing about her own, or she wrote about her own heritage? Oh, the time frame could work. Huh.
She was proud and lived on faith. He was strong in his own way. They were pilgrims that made a good life the hard way. Peregrinos de ayer, del destino y la fe. They were pilgrims that made a good life the hard way.
Pellegrinos means pilgrim. That song captured the essence of the hard life and the good life all in it. Because you had the accordion, which is, to me, a happy instrument, no matter when you hear that thing. You had mandolin. The way Tish sang this thing had somewhat of a somber tone to it, but an energetic tone to it at the same time, which is sort of gives off that sense of what she said. Like was it her mother who bought the damn house, bought the house through hard work? So they made a good life the hard way, and her voice was emblematic of that, or representative of that, might be a better word, because it wasn't an overly happy presentation, but it was a purposeful one. And that's what the song represented here, about a life a certain way. I did miss the one part about when they went to Mexico, it made her mother unhappy, sad. I think it was the mother sad, because they didn't go permanently to Mexico because they were in Texas. But they went across the Rio Grande north, which would have been into Texas. So I don't understand why going to Mexico would have made her unhappy. I don't know. I was waiting to see, like, after they were done visiting someone in Mexico, when they came back to the States, to Texas, that, you know, just the natural sadness you feel from leaving family. But I missed that part of it because there was so much going on in this song. Those of you who know what the songs are about already, sometimes I'll get some, it's rare, but sometimes somebody will leave like a comment, like just like not slamming me, but just pointing out like, dude, like, were you even listening to the song? It's like, yeah, do you even know how much goes into a song? Do you know that they don't take 3 minutes to do a song, or 4 minutes, that it takes months or years to put a song together? All that gets condensed down into something, and trying to like reverse engineer it or understand it all in one go through, especially when there's so many, there's this instrument trailing off and this one picks up, and you're listening to that while still hearing the lyrics, or trying to, and the thoughts enter your own mind, which partially squeezes out what's coming at you. And anyway, I like the energy in the song. I like the up tempo. She had a very convivial voice, a very like friendly voice, and I couldn't quite. Gosh, I can't quite describe it other than that. There was a time or two where it reminded me of someone else's, but I couldn't nail that one down either. But the tempo, of course, the bass just underneath is boom. I mean, you could miss the bass player in almost every song if you weren't purposely listening for it, because that kind of is the job of the bass, is to stay underneath it all and let the other instruments and the vocalist and then the story sort of resonate more deeply. But without the bass, this song doesn't move along the way it moved along. You wouldn't feel it. You wouldn't pop your head or tap your feet or just sort of like get into it. So, Dennis, am I going to rate this? See, here's the thing. I don't have a problem rating songs, but I have certain songs that I don't rate, like songs that are homages to other people. Patriotic songs I don't rate. Sometimes I just feel like a song is so nostalgic, so something, that I'm like, oh, I can't do it. If this is autobiographical, it really was more of a larger story. I'll rate this song. I'm okay with rating this song. Man, there was so much going on in it. I wished her voice was more prominent. I liked her voice in it. I liked the detail that were in the lyrics too, just about like the adobe wall, like certain aspects of it. I'm like, wow, that's a detail that didn't just like, that was very thoughtful to add the additional layers in to songs. But the number that struck me on this was an 8.7. And yeah, I wonder what else she's got. And how do you know her, Dennis? I'm always intrigued too, because when I get the songs from an artist page, you provided me with a couple of links. Thank you for those, by the way. I went with the studio version. I think she had like 1.2 thousand followers or subscribers, so she's new, relatively. We're not big. So I always wonder, okay, how do you know? Do you know her personally? Because I love that. And I love supporting the lesser known artists. There's one person in particular who's just absolutely like relentless and like, oh, you're doing these people we never heard of when you could be doing Hank Sr. and whatever else. I'm like, dude, there was a time Hank Sr. nobody knew either. I don't even care. I do what I do. I do what people request. And I love that the lesser known artists involve themselves much more in the channel. They'll respond to comments, they'll like your posts and all that stuff, and it gives them a boost. And I love that. Just that's me, and that's you guys too. So Dennis, I'm not sure how you know her, but or of her music, but if you know her, let us know. All right, folks, there you go. That is Tish Hinojosa. I hope I'm not butchering the last name, but I'll go with that. There you go, folks. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.